Hogan's Heroes was presented to the world as a lighthearted wartime comedy, a show where clever prisoners outwitted their bumbling Nazi captors with laughter and tricks. But behind the bright studio lights and canned laughter, a far more haunting story was unfolding, one filled with pain, survival, and secrets that few fans ever knew. Many of the show's actors had not just read about the war, they had lived through it. Robert Clary, who played the cheerful French prisoner LeBeau, had endured one of the darkest realities of the 20th century. As a teenager, he was sent to Nazi concentration camps, where he performed songs to entertain guards in a desperate bid to stay alive. Out of his entire family, only he and a few siblings survived. When he later smiled on screen, it wasn't because he forgot his past, it was because he refused to let that horror define his future. Werner Klemperer, the man who played the foolish Colonel Klink, and John Banner, who brought to life the kind-hearted Sergeant Schultz, both carried their own painful histories. They were Jewish refugees who had fled Nazi Germany before the war consumed Europe. Acting as German officers in the show was deeply personal, an ironic form of revenge wrapped in comedy. They played their roles with a quiet power, turning once feared symbols of cruelty into sources of laughter and ridicule. It was their way of reclaiming what had been stolen from them, the right to laugh again. But the tragedy surrounding Hogan's Heroes did not end with the war's ghosts. Its leading man, Bob Crane, who played the confident and witty Colonel Hogan, had a hidden life that grew darker as the years passed. Behind his charming smile was a man consumed by obsession and secret habits that few understood. He became deeply involved with a world of videotaped encounters and shadowy relationships that eventually spiraled out of control. When his brutal murder in 1978 shocked the nation, fans could hardly believe that the beloved star of such a joyful show had met such a grim fate. The crime remains unsolved to this day, wrapped in layers of mystery and suspicion. As time went on, the cheerful image of Hogan's Heroes began to feel like a mask hiding the pain beneath. The laughter, the silly jokes, the funny accents all seemed to echo with the heavy truth that real suffering had shaped nearly everyone involved. The set may have been a stage, but the emotions behind it were real. The actors brought their wounds, their memories, and their resilience to every scene. And while audiences laughed, the people behind those smiles carried the weight of history. What made Hogan's Heroes so strange and unforgettable was that it lived between two worlds, the world of comedy and the world of tragedy. It reminded viewers that even in the darkest times, humor can survive, but it also showed that laughter often comes at a price. For fans who later learned the truth, the show became more than entertainment. It became a haunting reminder of how close laughter and pain can live side by side. The secrets behind Hogan's Heroes were never meant to be part of the script, but they became the story that fans would never forget.